Retro night, Scott Hudson, on a Saturday night as we're at Carterville Junior High. The Carterville Lions getting ready to take on the Sparta Bulldogs at the old high school here in Carterville on Division Street. Of course, such a busy day sports-wise in Carterville necessitated the move over here because of the wrestling sectionals taking place at the high school all day today. We may actually, you and I may actually get into the game action tonight. It's a possibility.
There's a possibility. I've brought my Sharpie. I'm going to sign the basketball and give it back to the team, you know, like a la Terrell Owens. But it's been, I think, since 2002 since I did a game here. Obviously a lot smaller than the new gym. This place fills up quickly. It should be a loud crowd and a very much improved Sparta Bulldog team coming in here tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, this Sparta Bulldog team, how about that? They knocked off the DuQuoin Indians last night, 73-69. And because that's interesting because DuQuoin knocked off Pinckneyville on Tuesday night, 50-45. Is that what we call parity within the conference?
I think there's parity after Pinckneyville and Nashville. Although DuQuoin with a big win last weekend against Pinckneyville, Sparta, they've won 2 of their last 3 and really should have won 3 in a row. They lost by 3 at Anna Jonesboro, had a chance to win that game late and didn't. But before that, they had lost 6 in a row. So they are coming in here playing much better basketball, and they've got a freshman named Dawson Algie. Remember that name, Carterville fans, because he's only a freshman. He's going to be around 3 more years. He popped in 26 against Anna Jonesboro last night. He did not play against the Lions in their first game because he turned an ankle in the JV game. So he'll be playing tonight. This should be a good matchup.
6'3" freshman, and he is talented. We watched him play a little bit earlier here in the JV game. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. Bank of Carbondale has an online mortgage center. That's where you can check rates or apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information, go to the website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. Carterville coming off that loss last night at Nashville. They were within 6 points about 2 minutes into the third quarter, Scott, but Nashville put them away and got the 28-point win.
Nashville's just very good. They're tall. They've got great length. Everybody can shoot the basketball. Everybody can handle the basketball. They've got sides that comes off the bench. I think that's a type of a loss that you can get over quickly because you knew it was going to be tough going up there to win. It's not like you lost at the buzzer. You know, it's not like something that's going to linger with you all day. I think Carterville probably put that behind them on their way home last night. And they've got to be ready to play here against this Bulldogs team. I think this could be a heck of a game.
The last time these two teams met was back on January 4th. Carterville walked out of Sparta with a 57-54 win, down and wound up with 20 in the game. And Austin Garby and Dylan Moore each had 12 in that conference win on the road at Sparta. What a great atmosphere. It's retro night. The 1986-87 Carterville High School team is going to be recognized at halftime. That was the last and the only team that advanced the super sectionals in this gym from this school, the old high school. They're going to be recognized coming at halftime. Also in our halftime show, Scott, we're going to talk with Corey Klauser, the head coach of the junior high basketball team. They advanced to the semifinals of the state tournament with a win today. We'll talk with Corey coming up at halftime. When we return on our pregame show, moments ago I had a chance to sit down with Coach Shane Hawkins and talk about tonight's matchup against the Sparta Bulldogs. You're listening to Lions Basketball Retro Night here on News Radio WJPF. If you're watching online, thank you much. Appreciate it. Coach's interview is airing on the radio now. That's why it's so quiet here. That's a good idea.
Just us sitting up here is a comedy routine.
It is. Well, and let me kind of pan this around for you. If you're our producer is Brian is saying that we should do a little comedy routine while the coaches' interview is going on. The best part about this tonight is we're on the floor. We're gonna get in the game, Scott. I'm telling you.
Well, we're going to get in the game, but we better be paying attention because where we are located, right behind one of the baskets, actually to the right of one of the baskets, very easily an errant pass could come up here right at us. So we're going to have to be on our game tonight, so to speak. But it is a great atmosphere. Doesn't take much to pack this place. It's obviously not as big as the new high school gym, but it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, he's got his headphones off right now, Brian, but I would think he'd want to just go to a break after this.
Yeah, it's like a 4-minute interview. Anyway. The other broadcaster needed some information. But anyway, the big heads over there, Scott.
Yes, the big heads.
And
I am
we
praying.
should hold those up.
Yeah, we could. I'm just praying we never look over there and like, oh my God, is that me? Is that Dave? Oh.
That would be.
No.
That would be so fun. I don't know. I ought to pay to get them. We could just, instead of hanging up a JPF banner, we're just hanging the big head up in front of the bench.
We could do that. Well, I've always told Murph, everybody has bobbleheads. Me and Murph are going to get bobble bodies that we're going to give out. That's it. Yeah.
They weeble, but they don't fall down. And if you're watching online, you're going to have to forgive the camera work. Near side where we're at, we're on the end here. Don't know how much you'll see. I'll keep it as centered as I can. So. Just go to commercial after this. 10-4. This is going to be a quick segment. Welcome back to for Carterville Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Dave McKenzie with Scott and Hudson. We're at the Carterville Junior High Retro Night for the Lions. Let's get through a couple of things from today. Wrestling sectionals took place at Carterville High School. Carterville had 3 that advanced, Scott. Matt Jones is the only one that advances on to state as Bailey Hicks and Caleb Ward came up a win short of advancing to state. But Matt Jones had to go through the wrestle backgrounds. He got beat early and had to fight his way back and winds up he's going to wind up going to state next weekend. Congratulations to Matt Jones. Also, congratulations to Brett Dial and Carterville High School. There was so much going on here at the junior high. The wrestling sectionals, the bowling sectionals were taking place over at SI Bowl today. They were everywhere. We got dance teams in Springfield. It's just been a heck of a day.
Well, especially the winter sports season, it really will test the patience of an athletic director because you've got so many things going on. You got this team going here, that team going there, one team playing here. You know, there's not enough of you to go around, but congratulations to Coach Dial and his staff on doing an excellent job because everything has seemed to go on without a hitch.
What a busy, busy place, but it is very nice to be back here in this gym. And when they tore down the old high school, they kept the gym. And they built, of course, the new junior high school, which is fantastic. And then they came in and they redid the gymnasium. This is a new floor, just a cozy atmosphere. And there is a great crowd here. Carterville well represented. Sparta's well represented to our right. And at some point, you and I are going to be involved in the game of play tonight. And I'm going to find out what kind of hands you've got.
I just hope I don't double dribble. That's all I'm hoping.
So it's going to be a lot of fun as both teams are going through their final shoots during the pregame show. And looking forward to tonight's game here between the Carterville Lions and the Sparta Bulldogs. Sparta comes in tonight with an overall record of 10-16. They are 1-7 in conference. Carterville, after that loss last night on the road at Nashville, they're 12-15. They're 4-4 in the River to River Conference. We are getting. back at Carterville Junior High for the Carterville High School basketball game tonight between the Sparta Bulldogs and the Carterville Lions. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. You can watch the game on our YouTube channel. Just head to YouTube and just search Sparta Bulldogs at Carterville Lions 2-9 of 19. Starting lineups are getting ready to be announced for the Sparta Bulldogs.
And I already noticed that one of the starting players for Sparta has a number that is not on the roster. I'm thinking it may be the Algae kid.
He's
supposed to be wearing number 1, but there's a 52 that is starting. We'll find out.
All right, there we go. We'll work our way through this. For Coach John Norton, he's going to go with 5'10" senior Trey Herbert. He averages about 2.2 points a game. Also, Carlos Keene, the 5'10" junior, he averages over 15.5 points a game for the Sparta Bulldogs. Tony Williams, the 5'9" junior, 6.5 points a game. Rodney Anderson at 6'2", he's a senior. And then they'll go with Dawson Algae. He's the freshman that we've been talking about. He's 6'3", just a fantastic player. We watched him play in the JV game. When we were in Sparta back in early January, he got hurt in the JV game and did not play in that varsity game. So for the Bulldogs, it'll be Algae, Herbert, Keene, Williams, and Anderson.
And Algae is number 52, so we've got that figured out.
Outstanding. Sparta cheerleaders doing their welcome for the fans here at Carterville High School. What a nice crowd this is.
Well, it's a kind of an intimate setting here at Carterville. It always was back in the day, and the crowd's right on top of the players. A little bit something different that some of these players, maybe all these players, have never experienced playing in this gym. Now, maybe they practiced here, but probably not have played a game. So I think this could be another one of those. Carterville's played 4 overtime games this year. With the way these two teams have played recently, I'm not going to tell you that this may not go to overtime as well.
Here we go. The crowd gets up on their feet for the starting lineup for the Carterville Lions. Coach Shane Hawkins going to go with his normal starting 5 here tonight. It's going to be Austin Garby, the 6'1" junior, wears number 23 for Carterville. The 6'4" sophomore, Eli Downen, averaging about 18 points a game since the El Dorado tournament. He'll be the big guy in the paint. Also, you've got at the point, it's going to be number 12, Bryce Anderson. He's 5'8", sophomore. You have Tyler Biddle, the senior, the 5'11" senior for the Lions, and he wears number 22. And then, of course, Dylan Moore, the final guard of the 6' senior. So for the Lions, once again, it'll be Anderson, Biddle, Garby, Moore, and Eli Downen.
Should be a good ball game. As we said, Sparta's much improved. Carterville's played great basketball. Take away the game last night. Carterville's had some very exciting games. We could probably be in the action, as Dave has said, but I'm looking forward to this game in this setting.
SIU was leading at the half. They're just underway. That halftime score, 35-30. One of the other games, Scott, that we're going to have to try and pay attention to tonight, the conference championship is being decided tonight at Assembly Hall in Nashville as the Pinckneyville Panthers are on the road at Nashville.
That's going to be for the conference title. You know that place will be filled. Nashville looking to get revenge on the Panthers for a loss a couple of weeks ago.
Here we go. Introductions are done. Players are on the floor. The officials are ready, and we appreciate you tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Looking forward to this. Here we go. Student section's fired up. They're ready. And the Sparta Bulldogs, they win the tip. As they're moving from right to left on your radio dial. Sparta in their road blues with the home whites. As they work it over to the left baseline, kick it toward the left wing. The three-pointer from the left wing is no good. And the Carterville Lions get the rebound. That shot taken by Carlos Keene. Carterville heading the other way in the home whites. Bryce Anderson drives, has the ball stripped, and they're going to say that Carlos Keene stepped out of bounds as he gained control of that ball. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Carterville needs to get off to a quick start.
They get the ball into middle. Straight away, it's Eli Downen, and he hands off to Bryce Anderson. With the left-hand dribble to the left wing, keeps it, takes it to the baseline, leaves it for Downen, who fires from 3 off the backboard, and no good. And Carlos King gets the board. He brings it the other way to the right wing. Picked up by Bryce Anderson defensively. To the right side, that is Trey Herbert with the basketball. Left-hand dribble across the top, back to Tony Williams toward the left wing. And more on him. As Williams drives, kicks it to the corner. 3 ball is short, and we have a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be on the Carterville Lions.
And there's some bodies flying underneath right below us.
Foul is on Dylan Moore. That's going to be the first on Dylan. So Sparta has the basketball. Long pass into the paint to Anderson. Battles his way, right-handed layup off the front of the iron, no good. It's tipped out of bounds, and it's off of Sparta. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Well, Sparta's had 2 good looks from beyond the arc, but they haven't got anything to go yet. 0 for 3 from the field.
And 2 looks in the paint as well that they missed. Carterville working the other way. We're at the end of the floor. So if you hear me say they're on the far side, that's what we're talking about. Dylan Moore has it, gets the ball down low. It was Downen that was the intended receiver for that pass. It goes out of bounds off of Downen. Turnover on the Lions. That's the first of the game.
Carterville putting a little pressure in the backcourt.
Don't forget, these 2 teams met back January 4th. Carterville got a 3-point win, 57-54. That was at Sparta. Sparta has the basketball. Algie, where's number 52? Dawson Algie in the paint. Gets hammered as he takes it to the hole. They're going to say that Eli Downen got him with a hack on the wrists. That's going to be the first. Nope, they're going to change it. That's going to be on Dylan Moore. That's number 2 on Dylan Moore. So Algie's at the line, shooting free throws. First one is good. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire city of Carterville, sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. The freshman, the 6'3" freshman, his second free throw is no good, and Garby gets the board. Outlet pass to Dylan Moore. He gets fouled as he jumps into the paint. And they're going to call that foul on Trey Herbert on the 5'10" senior from Sparta.
Well, when Garby got the missed free throw, rebound off the missed free throw, Carterville got it quickly into the front court.
Downen takes the inbound pass, takes it to the rack, gets the right-hand layup. Eli Downen's on the board. Carterville leads it 3-0. Nope. Hang on a second.
Had a towel out on the floor, so the official stopped the game. Should be 3-1.
That's what I was thinking.
Now they've got 3-2.
Should be 2-1.
Well, it should be 3-1. Well, no, you're right. 2-1 is what the score should be.
As the layup is good from Tony Williams.
Now the score's messed up.
Now it's right. 3-2. We'll get them straight, Scott Hudson. Like they listen to us.
Yeah, like the officials listen to us.
We'll edit all that out at the end of the game. How about that? Carterville has the ball. Dylan Moore saves it, gets it to Anderson. Now to Garby toward the right baseline. Anderson to Downen. Layup. Oh, nice give to Eli Downen. He floats and gets the bucket. He's got 4. Carterville leads it 4-3.
Yep.
Left-hand layup from Tony Williams is no good, and Downen gets the board again. Bryce Anderson across the timeline to the left side. Tyler Biddle's going to step into a 3. Off the back of the iron, big high hop off the rim. It goes out of bounds. Officials say it's going to stay with the Carterville Lions.
Good pace of this game so far. Carterville seems to be wanting to push the ball into the front court a little quicker than they normally have.
Not typically a game that you want to get into with Sparta in a transition game like that, because that's what they like to do.
Yeah, they're always very good at track, so I don't think you want to get in a track meet with them.
Downen fires from 3, short. Rebound comes off to Algie for the Bulldogs. Gives it to Tony Williams across the timeline. Brings it to the left side. Carson Pearson on him defensively. Now Williams takes the ball up top. Now they work it to the right side. Driving to the rack is Keene, has the ball stripped. Turnover on Sparta. Carterville takes it the other way. Bryce Anderson to Tyler Biddle. Drives the baseline. Gets stopped, puts the shot up, gets fouled. Will go to the line, shoot free throws.
Carterville's really pushing the envelope here early in the game. They're wanting to get Sparta in a little bit of a hurry on the offensive end. Carterville's just got to start hitting some of their shots from the field.
Trey Herbert is the one that the foul is called on. As Tyler Biddle makes the first free throw, under 14 left in the game. SIU 45, Evansville 39. Second from Biddle. It's good. So now it is 6-3 Carterville. 4:13 on the first quarter clock. Carlos Keene to Williams. Tony Williams, the right-hand dribble, back to Keene. They work it around to the right side. Jared Stephanie with the basketball. Gets it to Rodney Anderson, back to Stephanie. Up top it goes to Williams. Williams backs it up. Man-to-man defense by the Lions. Over to Stephanie, fires from three. The shot's no good. Battle for the board as Bryce Anderson ties up with Algie. Dawson Algie. The possession arrow belongs to the Lions.
Algie is not built like a freshman.
No, he's not.
And you have to figure he's got a little more growing to do. He looks like an athlete.
So Carterville's going to push the ball to the far side of the court. Eli Downen up top to Austin Garvey. Right side it goes to Carson Pearson. The ball's tipped out of bounds. That's going to be off of Algie. It'll belong to the Lions. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Carterville triggering the inbounds to Downen. Downen on the right wing, gets the ball down in the paint to Garvey, puts it up off the board too strong, and the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. Quickly on the run. Here comes Carlos Keene into the front court. Takes it to the hole, throws it up underneath the bucket. Carterville gets the board. The other way with Bryce Anderson. Had the ball stripped as he was shooting from the right elbow. They get it into the front court. Bulldogs basketball. Keene into the paint. Algie's able to get that one to fall. He's got 3 points for the Bulldogs, and it's a 6-5 Lions lead.
Yeah, Algie, an off-balance shot in the paint, but he got it to go.
It's a good matchup between him and Eli Downen tonight.
Yeah, 2 more years of watching those two battle.
Absolutely. Bryce Anderson from three. Bryce Anderson. He's in the book. Carterville's up 9-5.
He rattled that one home.
Yes, he did. 2.5 remaining here in the first quarter. Williams leaves it for Stephanie. Out top it goes to Keene. Keene drives the right side of the lane. Right-hand layup is good.
Yeah, he beat Pearson and nobody came over to help.
Carlos Keene scores, averages about 15 points a game. That was wide open for him as the Lions have it in the front court. Biddle gets it to Garvey. Looks to the left side to Carson Pearson. Up top it goes to Tyler Biddle. Drives the lane, puts it up off the board. He gets fouled, and we're going to go to the line. Actually, it's going to be out of bounds. Foul is on Jared Stephanie, his first. Carterville's going to have the ball on the baseline.
Algie out. In is Braden Cometto. I hope I said that right.
Yep, number 32. Excuse me. 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Wide open three from Carson Pearson. Too strong, and Carlos Keene, another rebound for the Bulldogs. He's got a ton already in this game. Rodney Anderson takes it into the paint. Left-hand layup off the board is good.
They've hit their last 3 shots in the field. They've tied the game.
At 9 with 1:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Anderson across the timeline. Left side it goes to Carson Pearson. Pearson up top to Tyler Biddle. Biddle holds, put the ball on a hip. Now with dribble with the right hand. Right side to Bryce Anderson. Carlos Keene on him defensively to Downen toward the baseline on the right side. 1:25 remaining. Downen Kicks it out to Biddle. Fires from 3. Good for Tyler Biddle.
Biddle has really started shooting the ball better about the last 3 games.
Biddle's got 5 points here in the first quarter. It's 12-9. Carterville the 3-point lead with 65 seconds remaining. Off the board, the jump shot from Keen's no good. Downen pulls down the board. 12-9. Under a minute to go. Bryce Anderson to Tyler Biddle now to Downen, who fires from 3 too strong. Battle for the board, and it's going to be Anderson that controls for the Bulldogs. Quickly the other way. Here comes Keen into the paint. Bumps into Eli Downen, throws it up, gets the roll. 4 for Carlos Keen with 38 seconds remaining.
Sparta's a very athletic team, and they're playing much better. I mean, their basketball program has not been that good over recent years, but I think they're on the uptick.
Absolutely. Plus, you got to say, don't forget they knocked off DuQuoin. 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Biddle to Anderson. Anderson brings it back between the circles with 11 seconds. They'll set for the final shot here in the first. Up top it goes, left wing to Bryce Anderson. Backdoor lob to Eli Downen. That's how you do it there to end the first quarter with no time left. The shot at the buzzer off the iron, that taken by Carlos Keen. But at the end of one, Carterville has a 14-11 lead on the Sparta Bulldogs. Second quarter's action is next on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Under 12 minutes left at the arena. SIU leads Evansville 48-46.
Boy, SIU just cannot get away from any team.
West Frankfort leads Heron at the end of one, 11-7. That's a big game tonight over at Heron. Here it's 14-11 as we start play in the second quarter. Sparta with the basketball. Rodney Anderson up top, over to Stephanie, gets it into Algie, kicks it out to Braden Cometto, who's in the game for the Bulldogs. Up top it goes to Cometto, left wing to Tony Williams. Right-hand dribble, back to Cometto, loses the handle. That's going to be a turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs as ball was at his feet.
Well, Carterville did a very good job defensively on that Sparta possession. A couple of times they tried to come down the baseline, get the ball in the paint. They weren't able to. And finally, Sparta turned the ball over.
7.5 remaining here in the second quarter. Bryce Anderson with the right-hand dribble to the right wing. Anderson on him. Down low to Garby. Gets it to Downen on the elbow. Somehow he gets the ball to Carson Pearson. He puts the shot up and gets fouled. And will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Downen got the ball in the low block. Lost the ball because he got double-teamed, but the ball went right to Pearson, who got fouled.
So Carson Pearson shooting free throws. I didn't hear who the foul was, Scott.
I didn't either.
Sounded.
I apologize. Pearson missed the first.
So Carlos Keen is going to check back in. Going to the bench will be Braden Cometto for Sparta. Carson Pearson, his second free throw for the junior is on the way. That was off. But look at Garby battling for the board, but the rebound comes off to Tony Williams for Sparta. Retro night here for the Carterville Lions. The 1986-87 super sectional team will be recognized. Sparta misses the jumper from the top of the key. Outlet pass from the Lions. Tyler Biddle, layup is good.
Good job by Anderson to get the rebound and get it in the front court quickly to Biddle, who is behind the Bulldogs.
Biddle's got 7 in this game. 16-11, a 5-point lead here for the Lions. Tony Williams on the left wing. Anderson on him defensively. Looks inside. Right-hand dribble. Takes it toward the top. Cuts back, reverses. Gets it to Algie. Now up top it goes to Carlos Keene. Keene has Pearson on him defensively. Shake and bake up top. Drives the rack. Puts the shot up off the board. Too strong. Algie, the putback is good. 5 now for Dawson Algie in the game. He had 3 in the first quarter, and it's a 3-point ball game. Bryce Anderson slows the pace as he takes it across midcourt here at the Carterville Junior High. On Saturday night, basketball action, River to River Conference. 3-ball from Bryce Anderson from the left corner is good. That's 2 threes for Bryce. He's got 6. Back to a 6-point lead for the Lions.
Third 3 of the game for Carterville.
Rodney Anderson gets it into the paint to Algie. Bumps into Eli down, and they're going to say he traveled before the bump, so another turnover on the Bulldogs.
Yep, Sparta needs a timeout.
Coach John Norton calls a timeout. We're going to take a break as well. It's 19-13 here with Carterville Lion basketball on News Radio WJPF. It's a 30. It's a 30. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. They are a certified dealer and they service all brands. You can call 985-2502 or go to their website, charliesairconditioningandheating.com.
Carterville shot 42% in that first quarter, 38% for the Bulldogs.
Carterville has the basketball here with 5:48 in the first half remaining, holding a 6-point lead. 19-13. Anderson has Tony Williams on him defensively. The shot no good by the Lions, but Biddle gets the board. Anderson from 3. That's off the top of the backboard, and that's going to give the ball to the Sparta Bulldogs.
Yeah, actually they're going to call Downing for a foul going over the back of Algie.
Hit off the top of the board. I guess the top of the board is good. It just
top
can't
of the
hit
board's
the
good.
wires.
It can't hit the guide wires. I think that should be a 4-point shot if it goes off the guide wire. Then it goes in.
If you call it.
Yeah, if you call it, you got to
call it. Ball turnover by the Bulldogs over right in front of the Carterville Lion bench. I've got them for 3 this quarter.
I've got Sparta for 4, Carterville for 2. If we're within 2 of each other, it's good.
That's usually pretty good. Our stats are always unofficial. In game. Austin Garby just flipped that one up toward the rim, got the roll, his first field goal of the game. 21-13, the Lions, 5 minutes remaining here in the second. Tony Williams leaves it for Carlos Keene. He takes it between the circles. Now, that is Kerry Harris into the game for the first time for the Bulldogs. Harris has it, takes it into the paint, kick out pass to Keene. Drives, leaves it down low. Algie loses the handle. Another turnover on the Bulldogs, number 5 in the quarter. Bryce Anderson leaves it for Tyler Biddle. He put the ball on the floor and put it on the foot of Tony Williams. Jump ball. And the ball is going to remain with the Carterville Lions.
Now Carterville got a little bit out of control in that possession, but the arrow pointed their way, so they'll keep the ball.
Little moisture on the floor. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call 866-744-2468 or go to their website, sih.net. On the far end of the floor from where we're seated here at Carterville Junior High, Lions have the ball. Inbounds pass comes to Biddle. He leaves it for Bryce Anderson to the right side, now to Carson Pearson, right wing. Gets a pick, takes it across the lane, over to Garby. Looks inside, kicks it back to Pearson. Pearson wants to get it to Downing, but he has to go to Garby, left wing. Drives the left baseline, kicks it over to the far side. Nice ball movement by the Lions. Pearson for 3, good.
Carterville is really starting to heat up since about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter.
And they have an 11-point lead, under 4 to go here in the second quarter. That was a big shot from Carson Pearson. Tony Williams gets it up top to Kerry Harris. Back to Williams, back to Harris. Now they get it to Carlos Keene between the circles. Tells Kerry Harris to clear the lane. Does. Trying to get to isolation. Does. Drives it to the lane. His layup was short. Kerry Harris gets the board. Gets it to Williams. Back to Carlos Keene for 3 off the back of the iron. Look at Algie get the board. Puts the shot up off the board. That's short. Garvey battles. Double team. And we got a foul on the Sparta Bulldogs.
Yeah, Sparta just cannot hit their shots, especially in this second quarter. They've only hit 1 out of 6 from the field. They've had some open looks, and Garvey for the Carterville Lions already has 4 boards.
That foul was called on Dawson Algie. That's his first. Just below us, Eli down, a nice outlet pass to Pearson. Left wing it goes to Biddle. Mid-range jumper off the iron, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. It should belong to the Carterville Lions, and it does. Nope, no, they're going to give it to Sparta. Bulldogs basketball. 3:15 remaining. Carterville has an 11-point lead, 24-13. Coming up at the halftime, Scott and I are going to talk with Corey Klauser, the head coach of the Carterville Junior High team. They won their game today at Wren Lake. Turnover, it was about Sparta comes up with it. We have a
travel on Sparta.
Travel. 6 turnovers on the Bulldogs here in the second. That's 7 overall. Looking forward to talking to Coach Corey Klauser. His junior high team playing in the semifinals. Going to take on, let's see here, Westland coming up on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So we'll talk to him about the game today. Carterville turns the ball over the other way. It's going to belong to the Bulldogs. So that's all coming up on the halftime show.
That's only Carterville's 3rd turnover. So they've done a very good job of taking care of the basketball in this first half. Already with 4 threes in this game.
Bulldogs have the ball. Down 11. In the Road Blues, they bring it to the near side from where we're located. That would be the left side of your radio dial. As the ball goes out of bounds, I told you we were going to get into the play. Austin Garvey.
I can handle a basketball. I can't handle a player coming up here in our laps.
Austin, I think, is wanting to get some airtime.
Yeah.
Put the headset on him.
Literally.
Bulldogs basketball just below us. They get it into Harris. Harris misses the shot. Algie gets the board and goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Carterville Lions. I'm telling you, before it's over with, somebody's going to wind up on this table.
You're on your own if that happens.
I know
I'm getting out of here.
I know you're not going to do anything to protect. Every man for himself.
That's right.
That's your motto.
That's right.
Here we go. 2:15 left here. 24-13 Lions ball. Down on the left low block. Down and turn around. Jumper's good for Eli. 8 for the sophomore. Carterville has a 13-point lead now. Tony Williams. Skip pass to the right side. Wide open Keene for 3. That's too strong. Look at Bryce Anderson tip that ball. Williams saves it. Gets it out to Kerry Harris. Sparta will reset. Back to Williams, left wing. Under 8 to go. 54-49. SIU with the 5-point lead over Evansville. Big game for the Salukis tonight. A must win for the Salukis. Sparta has it. Carlos Keene to the right wing. Oh, look at that lane, but he got fouled from behind as he drove to the bucket.
Yeah, Keene had beat Pearson on the perimeter, was headed for a layup, but Pearson came from behind and got more arm than ball.
Close to a 5-second call. They throw the ball out to Tony Williams. He waits on Jared Keene to cut through, gets the clear out, leaves it to the left wing. That's Kerry Harris. Bumps into Garvey. Now to Stephanie, over to the right side. Carlos Keene's going to fire from 3, good.
Well, you knew they had to hit one sooner or later because they've been taking a lot.
7 for Keene. Carterville into the front court. Tyler Biddle runs over Algie, puts him on his back. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Surprised there wasn't a charge called there.
Yeah, that was Carterville very fortunate there. Sparta only 2 field goals in this.
And on the inbounds pass, Bryce Anderson was triggering and didn't see Downen cutting, or Downen didn't see the ball coming to him as he was cutting to the lane.
Ball went one way, Downen went the other.
Second turnover on the Lions. Under a minute to go, 26-16, a 10-point rather. Lions lead. Algie toward the right wing, has Downen on him. Nice battle here tonight. Gets it to Keene. He takes it into the lane, puts it off the board. No good. Rebound for the Bulldogs. Algie gets the bucket, gets the foul, and will go to line for the N1.
Algie has 5 offensive rebounds in this first half. That's only the second time, though, that they've converted on an offensive rebound.
Foul was on Austin Garby. The freshman Algie at the line to complete the 3-point play. He gets it. He has 8, and he's going to check out. Rodney Anderson will check in to replace Algie. He's impressive. I like him.
Yeah, he's very good. Carterville had a chance to extend a 10-point lead to maybe 12 or 13 before half, but
7-point lead now. Carterville quickly with 35 seconds on the second quarter clock. Anderson on the left wing. Top of the key, it goes to Pearson. Back to Anderson. Looks inside, gets it to Garby. He comes out between the circles. Up high to Tyler Biddle. 18 seconds on the clock. To Downen. Carterville will hold for the final shot. Carson Pearson leaves for Bryce Anderson. 7 seconds remaining. Anderson, 3-pointer from the top, no good. Garby gets the board, battle, no shot at the buzzer, and at the half, Carterville has the lead on the Sparta Bulldogs, 26-19. Coming up, it's our halftime show here on Carterville Lions basketball, brought to you by Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning. We'll run down the first half scoring, and we'll talk to the head coach of the junior high basketball team, the Sparta from Carterville, Corey Klauser. That's all next. It's our Charlie's Heating and Air halftime show on News Radio WJPF. They're going to have. No, we'll just stay with our 3. We'll stay with 3. All right, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay. How you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. It's cool to be back here.
It is. It's a great atmosphere for a game.
Halftime here at Carterville Junior High. No, it's not a junior high basketball game. It's a high school basketball game, and the Lions lead Sparta 26-19. It's retro night for the Carterville Lions. Of course, with the wrestling sectionals at the high school today, they moved the basketball game here to Carterville Junior High. Special night, retro night. They're recognizing the 1986-87 basketball team from Carterville High School. When this was the high school, this was the only team that ever advanced to the Super Sectional Scott Hudson, and they're recognizing this team tonight.
Well, it's a very good basketball team. I remember 2002, Carterville had a chance to win a regional title on this floor, but lost to Heron. That was the year Heron went on to state to finish second. But this gym has a lot of memories in it. It's a very intimate setting. The place is packed easily, and it's good that these gentlemen and coaches and cheerleaders are all being recognized.
And on that team, it was coached by Tim Blyer. Assistant coach was Ernest Crane and Mike Shornack. The players included Gary Watson, Tony Pierce, Jeff Enos, Paul Gentry, Robert Frank, Jason Howell, John Aird, Andy Dawson, Andy Grove, Matt Crane, the Carterville girls head coach, was on that team. Jamie Murphy, Jeff Smith, and their manager was Ray Smith. That team, Scott, they won the Carbondale Holiday Tournament, the Harrisburg Invitational Tournament. They won the Black Diamond Conference. They won their regional, their sectional, and at the super sectional, they got beat by Oakville by 2 points. And Oakville, I think you said, wound up finishing like second or third in state that year.
Oakville's always a very good basketball program, so no shame in losing to a team like that. But, you know, it's nice to remember those teams back in the day, so to speak, that have brought a lot of good memories to Carterville High School.
While they continue to honor this 86-87 team, I want to honor the Carterville Junior High School team as head coach Corey Klauser joins us here on our halftime show. Big win today over Massac County. You're playing in the semifinals on Tuesday.
That's huge. I'm very happy for our kids. We battled today. That was our third time playing Massac this year. Coach Borman had a great plan for us. We got out on them early. I believe it was 17-6 after the first quarter, 25-20 at half. In the second half, it was a battle all the way. Caden Hawkins hit 2 big free throws with 4.5 seconds left to put us up 2, and we won 43-41. Now we're on to the semifinal.
Corey, your team now is 23-6. Is that right?
We're currently 20-3 now.
20-3. All right.
Yep.
I wrote down the wrong. Yeah, I've got it wrote down there.
Yep.
We're having a moment of silence here during the halftime show.
Thank you.
As they continue to recognize the 1986-87 team. What a ball game today, though. You've had such a successful year. A good group of kids. Man, they're so much fun to watch.
Oh, they're an excellent group of kids. They're great students. They work hard in the classroom. They're multi-sport athletes. A lot of them were on the good baseball team this year. And they're kids that you root for.
What can you tell us, Coach, about Westland, your next opponent on Tuesday night?
They were the quarterfinal before us. They beat Bell Valley 57-55. They have a really good lead guard that scored. He had to score 30 points in the quarterfinal today, so we got our hands full stopping him. They're always a great basketball program, so we're looking forward to the challenge.
With your team going in a state tournament like this, I know this is Class L, but do you think you have an advantage in the conference you play in, playing the Carbondales, the Marions, the Heron, maybe more so than some of the teams that are up there?
No doubt. I was just about to mention that. We're 20-3 on the year, and all 3 of our losses are in conference. We finished 9-3 in conference. Our 3 losses are to Marion, Harrisburg, and Carbondale. And to go through that gauntlet of 12 games really prepares you for the postseason. And it seems like almost every year someone from the Big 7 conference makes a run in the postseason.
What's going to be fun is since we get to call the Carterville games, is getting to see these kids come up and next year and what they can add to this Carterville program.
Oh, no doubt. And this is my 4th year at the junior high, and with the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, I kind of feel like a proud father seeing them in the varsity and JV games, and that tradition's just going to continue. I think there'll be a lot of contributions both on the freshman and JV team next year.
Talk about that continuity that you have with Coach Shane Hawkins kind of implementing that high school game plan with this junior high team.
I think it's key. Both Coach Hawkins and Coach Russell have helped me big time this year. They've come to a couple practices. I always bounce ideas off of them. I'd like to give 2 shout-outs to my assistant coaches, Coach Fields and Coach Barnes. I couldn't have done this, and our team couldn't have done this without the help of a lot of people. So it's a community effort, and we're all on the same page, rooting for each other for the benefit of Carterville basketball.
So the next game coming up on Tuesday is 6 o'clock when you take on Westland at Rend Lake.
Yes, Tuesday, 6 p.m. against Westland at Rend Lake College. And for those of you that have not been, that is an unbelievable atmosphere. Every basket today, it was like a team just won a game-winning shot. It was crazy.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Congratulations and good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you, guys, and thank you guys for covering Carterville basketball so well.
Appreciate it. Corey Klauser joining us here on our Charlie's Air Conditioning halftime show. They continue to honor the 1986-87 team here at halftime. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, Scott and I will break down the first half action of the basketball game here between the Lions and the Bulldogs. Carterville leads it 26-19 at the half on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Back at Carterville Junior High, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. We're at the half. Heron leads West Frankfort at the half, 23-20. Here it's 26-19, the Lions with the lead. Let's talk about that first half, Scott Hudson.
Well, Carterville shot the ball pretty well in the first half, 47% in that first half. They had 4 threes in that first half. Sparta only shot 33% for the half. Rebounding, Sparta out-rebounded Carterville 13-10. They were led in rebounding by Algie with 6. Carterville was led in rebounding by Garby with 4. Carterville only 4 turnovers in the first half, 7 for the Sparta Bulldogs.
When you look at the scoring for the Bulldogs, they are led by Carlos Keene. He's got 7. Dawson Algie has 8. Carlos Keene has 7. Tony Williams has 2. And Rodney Anderson on the board for 2. 19 points scored by the Bulldogs in the first half. Carterville led in the first half by Eli Downen with 8. Tyler Biddle has 7. Bryce Anderson has 6. Austin Garby a field goal with 2. And Carson Pearson hit a big three-pointer there in that second quarter to push that lead out to 26-19. Like how these Lions are playing.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I saw in that first half that might be a little bit of a downer is the way they finished the second quarter. They had a 10-point lead, had the ball, could have extended that to 12, 13, maybe even more than that. Had a couple of turnovers. Sparta hit a couple of shots, so they've cut it to 7. Both these teams have played a lot of very close games recently. So hopefully Carterville can extend this lead early in the third and maybe put this game away by early in the fourth.
The Mississippi Conference crown is being decided tonight in Nashville. We were at Nashville last night. That's a very good team. There's a reason they're number 1 in the state. At the half, they lead the Pinckneyville Panthers 24-8.
Well, one thing that we didn't really mention last night that much, or even tonight we were talking about them, is how well they play defense. As good as they are with their length and unselfish and all good shooters, they play absolute suffocating defense. And Pinckneyville's finding that out tonight. And I kind of figured that Nashville would probably get the better of the Panthers tonight, although that game's still not over.
26-19 the score here. Get ready. We have second half action coming up in 90 seconds on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville Junior High School as we get ready for the tip-off for play here in the second half. 26-19, under a minute to go at the arena. The Dogs an 8-point lead. DuQuoin getting beat by Anna Jonesboro in the second quarter. The last score I had, 25-13. As we had the halftime show, the halftime score, 24-8, Nashville over Pinckneyville.
We've got everybody ready for the second half except for the officials. They have not made an appearance on the floor.
Boy, that's interesting.
Yeah, I do not know. They're laughing at the scores table, so it can't be anything too serious.
You wouldn't think.
Must be one heck of a hospitality room down in that tunnel.
Here they come. Fun times here at Carterville Junior High on Retro Night.
This is one of the few times you will ever hear cheers for the officials.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, this Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they offer a variety of personal and business banking services. Find out more at their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, everybody's ready. Officials had a nice extended break for half, and we are underway here. Sparta pushing the ball the other way from us, from left to right on your dial in the Road Blues here this evening. Stephanie has it on the right wing, gets it to Rodney Anderson, has Garvey on him defensively, back to Stephanie, right wing. They want to get it down low, but they bring it around to the left side. Tony Williams in the paint to Algie, kicks it out to Carlos Keene, fires from three, too strong. Eli down and slaps the ball out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Bulldogs.
Algie is a force on the boards. He had 5 offensive rebounds in the first half and kept that ball alive.
Keene triggers the inbounds, gets it to Algie, has the ball tipped away, goes out of bounds. Neither official, they're going to say it's going to stay with the Sparta Bulldogs. Right in front of the Sparta bench, Coach John Norton. That 86-87 team, that was the stat I had. They finished the year 23-6.
Very good season.
Yeah, and nice that Carterville recognized them at halftime. Stephanie has the ball. They get it to Williams, down to the right wing. That's Keene. Left-hand dribble into the paint. Cut off nice by Bryce Anderson. Now they work it around to Tony Williams, left wing. He takes it to the rack, kicks it out to Stephanie, fires from three, too strong. Battle for the board. Algie gets it for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Anderson. Back to Algie. Takes it down low. Right-hand layup is good, and he gets fouled by Eli Downen. And we'll go to the line and try to complete the and one.
Well, you better hope he doesn't get hot. He had 26 last night against 26 against Anna Jonesboro and a loss down there earlier in the week.
He's got 10, and with the free throw now has 11. He's a freshman, folks, 6'3". Impressive.
He's built, too.
26-22, a 4-point Lion lead. Dylan Moore, right wing, gets it to Downen at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper from the elbow is good. Downen's got 10, Scott Hudson.
Downen probably could have taken that ball all the way to the hole. Didn't realize how open he was, but he got the shot to go.
And he just picked up his third foul as he reached in. It didn't look like he fouled him. He tipped the ball away. It would have been a turnover, but they called Downen, number 33, with the foul. So threes are wild for Eli Downen. Top it goes, Tony Williams. Lions nursing a 6-point lead, 6.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Right wing, Carlos Keene. Left wing it goes to Stephanie. Wants to get it to Algie, has to bring it up top to Keene. Now to Williams, right side to Anderson, who decides to fire from three and buries it from the right side. 5 now for Rodney Anderson in the game. And Sparta pulls within 3.
Carterville, up until last night, the third quarter had been the reason they had won games. You got to hope that they can turn it around. Still a lot of time in the third, but they've got to put some distance between themselves and the Bulldogs.
Last night at Nashville, they had got within 6 of Nashville in the third and then turned the ball over late. Nashville put them away. 3-point lead for the Lions here with 6 minutes remaining. Carterville has the ball just in front of us here at Carterville Junior High. Bryce Anderson slows it down. They spread the offense. They get it to Garvey. Comes out between the circles, looks inside. Now to Anderson toward the right side. Top of the key, back to Garby. Right side, top of the key to Biddle. Back to Garby. Give and go across the top of the lane. Downan's going to fire from 3 off the iron. No good. Keene, the rebound, outlet pass to Stephanie. Short range jumper off the back of the iron. There's Algie for the rebound. Puts the shot up. Eli Downan's going to pick up foul number 4. That's not good.
No, he's already got 4. He's going to have to come out of the game. And this is where not having Stritzel available really hurts, because Stritzel probably would have came in once down and picked up his 3rd foul, but he's not available. And Carterville's going to have somebody step up big in this second half if they're to hold off the Sparta Bulldogs.
Well, you go from the 6'4" Downan to the 5'8" Carson Pearson, who replaces him, as Algie gets the second free throw. 12 now in the game for Algie, and it's a 2-point game, 28-26. So Downan will probably be on the bench to about 4 minutes left in the game with 4 fouls. Anderson misses the layup. Algie gets the rebound, gets it to Keene. Left-hand layup is no good. Garby grabs the board. This is where Austin Garby can step up for the Lions. They get it to Tyler Biddle. Bumps in to Tony Williams, and Williams is going to pick up the foul. It's going to be the first on Tony Williams, and Tyler Biddle is on the floor just below us.
I think he may have a cramp, it looks like. And he's the one that's fouled. Of course, Carterville not in the bonus yet. We're going to see if Coach Hawkins has to go to his bench.
Here comes.
They'll call a trainer out.
Mike Stroud comes out. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, sponsor and supporter of Carterville Lions Sports. IMBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back here, 28-26 Lions on News Radio WJPF. What was it again? Back at Carterville High School, Carterville Junior High for Carterville High School basketball. Retro night. Tyler Biddle, who drove the lane, and when he hit the floor, he's got a cramp in that left calf, and Mike Stroud trying to stretch that out, trying to get some water. And Tyler, it's a little bit warmer in here than it is over at the competition gym at the high school.
Well, this is a smaller gym, so everything's. If it's cold in here, it's going to be colder in here than it would be at the other gym. Now Biddle's getting up. I think he's just got a cramp, is what he has. So we'll see. They're going to wipe up the moisture on the floor.
So checking in for Tyler will be Cameron Hall for the first time tonight. Hall will shoot the free throws. Actually, the ball belonged to be out of bounds just below us here. Bryce Anderson, number 12. He'll trigger. So Cam Hall checks in to replace Tyler Biddle. Anderson's inbound pass goes out top to Carson Pearson. 2-point line lead, 28-26. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Austin Garvey has it left wing. Drives the baseline, bumps into Algie, gets it to Anderson. Anderson from just off the elbow, shot no good. Carlos Keene, the rebound for the Bulldogs. Taking it the other way. Right side, Stephanie. Jared Stephanie with the ball. Now they go left wing to Tony Williams. Williams back to Stephanie, now to Rodney Anderson to the right corner. Cameron Hall on him defensively. Algie kicks the pass out. Stephanie fires from 3, that's too strong. And it's Carson Pearson that gets the board for the Lions.